are off. Ooh, with Zombies taking the lead first, 3-0-7. That is Wreck-It Rose, followed quickly by Hit Squeak. Diving into the back of the pack there. And we have our first penalty issued of the game. Wreck-It Rose coming around again, scoring our first 4 points of the game. Squeak makes her way out of the pack. And our vampires and zombies are dancing together in turn 3. And Colin Robinson taking the track against the IE Brains. IE Brains jumping out of the front of the pack to take the jammer. And Colin Robinson comes out too. This guy. Those outside pack reps are making sure they get nice and low in those kills. Whistles on and skaters are skating. That was a great mistake right there. Lament configuration out of the pack, skating around quickly. Ready to rob that grave or pack. Ooh, good solid offense there. By oh my lord. Zombie is looking to take advantage of this power jam. And the jam is called by Lament configuration to start us on a powers. Like those zombies are tearing right up the inside line to get Gingivitis out through turn 1. Vampires ready to work their way through the pack. Scary Slayer spins right around the inside edge to come through. Gingivitis working through a couple of points there. As Scary Sailor comes around and tries an apex jump through. Ready to take the line with a zombie skater as well. Oh, that with the Squeak spins that through. Taking lead jam. Emergency trying to push through. Finds that padded wall on the outside. Squeak dancing through but can't get through. Oh my lord. She's going to the box to cool her coffin. The pass successfully made to Rose. Rose skating hot through the outside. The Squeak pushing through, bouncing off the skaters, calling the jam off. For 3 points scored there. Colin Robinson pushing through on the outside. With Rosie the Ruiner getting tracked back by Crazia. And Colin Robinson takes the lead. We have another vampire going back to their coffin. That jam is called Zombies could come back around after that cap. No pulse, no problem, just keep pushing. Ooh, quick footwork, but not quite where we need to be on the inside line. I.e. Brains gets tracked back. More confidence is happening here. Nice quick jump on the outside line. Sends our jammer for the Vampires. The Sailors running through the pack, gets through to the jammer. Stark pushes through on the outside, gets to look at that gun. Another apex jump from Scary Sailor. She falls off the jam. He's out there holding signs nice and high. Squeak into the pack nice and quickly, followed very closely by our zombie 307, Wreck-It Rose. And the jam is quickly called off. Colin Robinson ready to take off. Pushing through with Gingivitis right behind. Let's see how many zombies Colin Robinson can suck the energy out of in this hit. Coming up, Roses. Those zombies are full of intent to bring our vampire down into the ground. Rose through again for another 4 points. And calls it. And at the whistle we have Lament configuration for the zombies. Oh, but quickly beat out by his Squeak to take the lead. Jammer with Lament configuration very close behind. These skaters are working fast to get around the pack and score some points. In a quick scenario with a call off. That jam was bloody brilliant. Here, the Sailor working to bounce back and forth and lights that outside line. An emergency knockdown so hard she lost her brains. Our vampire is running quickly up the line to push the pack forward. Gets hit out by IE Brains. But IE Brains out on a penalty. So 1-3. Slightly takes the lead jam as Reckless Rose pushes through on the outside line without getting hit out. She's hungry for brains and points. The back block delivered to 1-3 Slightly right as we were. Zombies working hard on offense, using up their time that they can during their power start. Working together for offense. 307 Wreck-It Rose gets hit out and tracked back a little bit. So Lament configuration works hard to hit the blocker out that hit her out, so that way she doesn't have to go back as far. 307 takes a foot leap to the inside line to get the lead jammer status before the other jammer can get out, but here comes the other jammer Slayly ready for some blood. Quickly gets through. Wreck-It Rose and Slayly are both skating around the track multiple times, scoring points in this jam. Each time a jammer gets through the pack and scores 4 points, that adds more 4 points to the score each lap that they pass the pack. Slayly working hard to find a hole, meanwhile Wreck-It Rose finds and sneaks through, cutting through the pack easily. Jammer record for Vampires is now 1-2-0. Betty needs her assets. Ready to bring the assets back around and try to score some points. And that brings the end of the jam down with 2 minutes. Betty flips around 180s out of their butt, gets called on a cut, and reports to the coffins. Squeak working fast feet to try to get through the pack, but oh my god, holding on tightly. Squeak takes lead jammer status. Nice solid hit by Oh My Gourd and his solid track back. You can't kill what's already dead, and that defense proves it. Zombetti taking a quick toe stop on turn 3, as this is quite the slippery track. Might as well be ice skating.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Squeak and Zombetti both around the track now again. Talk about a dead run. There's a lot of fast feet and stomping happening through this part of the track. I.E. Brains knocking Scaly Sailor out. What a fierce wall we have there with those zombies. They are hungry for brains tonight. Crazy attracts back Reckless Rose. Scaly Sailor gets the jammer. Scaly Sailor tries to toe step to the outside line, but Lament configuration is having none of it. It's like Wreck-It Rose out for zombies. Wreck-It Rose, not Reckless Rose. Colin Robinson fast through the pack there. Probably got lots of energy from that zombie group. In case you didn't know, Colin Robinson really likes to eat energy. It's an energy vampire. Go fight random people. I Eat Brains up for the zombies jamming against a vampire 2v days later. They sure did eat those brains. Our vampires are having no luck getting through that pumpkin patch. And a solid pass to Crazia, as Crazia becomes jammer of record for the vampires. Crazia I Eat Brains using a good side body swim to get through the inside line. Crazia using strength and power to try to push through, but oh my gourd says no. My goodness, guys, the end. And Sweet gets through for lead jam. Yes, lead jammer, there we go. Gingerbite is working hard at the back of the pack. He didn't quite make it through on the inside edge, but trying to stay upright as he pushes through the pack. And a race out of the pack there as Squeak is racing through too to start scoring points. Sailor. Words of glory. Up for the vampires against 307. Wreck-It Rose. Reporting to the box on a cut. We cannot cut our limbs off. We have to tear them off. Be a good vampire. Wreck-It Rose earns the jammer status. Almost squeaking by on the inside line, but takes a toe stop out. Getting tracked back by 333. As another vampire gets sent to the commons. Ditto. Wreck-It Rose calls off the jam with 2 vampires in the coffin. Rosie the Ruiner up for zombies. Takes one little quick push and then offensive help from Lament Configuration to take lead jammer status from our skeleton zebra tonight. As Sweet pushing through, gets knocked out on the inside line by Lament Configuration. And there goes Rosie the Ruiner through the pack to score 4 points. As Sweet takes a fun little twisted fall through the outside edge to get back up very quickly. Squeak wastes no time. And both packs come to a cruising end to that jam. taking on those speed races right out of the pack. Burst through that wall hold there. That brace ain't got nothing on dirty teeth. And 1-2-0 becomes jammer record for the Vampires. Betty beats your assets coming around. Gets taken out on the outside edge by, oh my god! Gingivitis found a solid wall there. Their footing there as the jam starts. Ooh, and a tiptoe reach edge outside line for Scary Sailor. The Vampire Wall works hard to keep Lament configuration stuck in their pack, taking Lament configuration to the coffin tonight. Scary Sailor calls it off and the pack. With a sneaky little friendship up there with somebody. Sneaky little friendship up there with somebody. Vampire. Zombies don't run, they shuffle with style. With 1-3-0 Fairy Fire very close behind, IE Brain calls off the jam with 3 points scored to 0 for the Vampires. Both these jammers are skating like their life depends on it, which is funny because they already lost them. Nice little spin through the pack from Cullen Robinson. That spin looked like up dog.
What's up, dog?
Squeak through the outside pack. Gingivitis throwing themselves hard into the pack, delivering hard hits in zombie action as Squeak falls down and up out of the pack quickly. As Gingivitis finds a hole on the outside edge to catch back up. Squeaking through that zombie wall, calls off the jam as Gingivitis tries to come back around. For the Vampires against a zombie to be called later. This Dark Skater. Dark Skater finds a big old hole on the outside edge and taking lead jammer. Go Dark, go! Dark ready to come back around and show this pack the dark side. But it looks like the Vampires decided to show her the dark side of the floor. 1-2-0 is jammer record now for the Vampires. Betty featured assets with dollar signs and all. There goes Betty, bound. Both jammers coming in hot around the corner, ready to come into the pack with lament configuration, delivering some offense to pull into that as the jammer calls the jam off. And the jam is called. We have Scary Sailor working the umpires up against an unseen zombie. We've got Wreck-It Ralph pushing through, taking a swing off the hits of Reckless Rose. I don't call it Reckless Ralph. Reckless Rose swinging Wreck-It Rose through the pack. Wreck-It Rose and Reckless Rose working hard together. We need to get Rosie the Ruiner out there with us too. Colin Robinson working hard to drain the energy of the zombie pack, pushing through, hitting shoulders to get through the edge there. But Zombetti Bow bursting through, takes the lead jammer. And Colin Robinson out of the pack, not far behind. Anyone here like AM Talk Radio? Colin sure does. Zombetti calling the jam off from getting hit on the outside edge before Colin can come around and steal any more energy from this. Emergency taking the emergency route through the middle of the pack. Wee, get out of the way, but they are out of the way for Squeak. Haven't you ever heard that you're supposed to pull aside for emergency vehicles? Squeak, squeaking through any holes that she can find. Emergency tries to plow through with that vampire pack. Squeak easily sneaking through the outside edge. Oh my god, working to pull open some holes as the cap gets past to our jammer of record. 7-7. Brains looking out there to get some brains, even though they have brains on the side of their helmet. Squeak sneaking through the outside edge gets a power jam as Brains reports to the penalty box. Vampires working on a little bit of cheerleading from the penalty outside of the bench. Squeak squeaking on through for more points there. All that communication going out on the track is one key, very important part to roller derby. The more you communicate, the better your pack understands what's happening. Squeak trying to push past, oh my gourd, holding steady. And Brains tries to sneak out, but gets pushed out the outside edge just to get back up and reform. Ooh, Squeak and oh my gourd in a big collision there. And Squeak falls off the jam. It was a solid battle between those two right there. Love seeing that. Alright, Scary Sailor going out for the Vampires up against a penalty box. Still driven Brains. Zombies working to open up that hole, and Colin Robinson uses her blocker to get through. When it comes to zoning ordinances, she has a few thoughts. Ooh, Rose was so ready for that sweep from the inside, not letting it happen. It takes Colin Robinson on the inside edge, delivering a solid sorry to her friend, fellow skater. Violet Tendencies headed to the box to sit in her coffin for 30 seconds. Colin Robinson bursting through the hips of Rosie the Ruiner, but Rosie coming back up to try to sneak in front of Colin Robinson. Spins into the pack to try to deliver a quick few points as she calls off the jam against Fairy Fire 130. Jammers throwing themselves into the pack to try to get through, and Wreck-It Rose wrecks open that pack. Very Fire trying to side surf through the outside edge of that solid zombie pack as Wreck-It Rose comes through again, sneaking through. Oh my god, they hit them out of the track. Wreck-It Rose finds a good sneaky pull through and 45 cuts through the track. Around for another 4 points. Solid zombie wall up there, not giving any hope for looks like now Jammer record 1-2-0. Betty, beat your assets. But Zombetti tells Betty to take a seat, Pete, at the back of the wall. Wreck-It Rose ping-ponging through the pack. Gets delivered a forearm penalty and goes to the penalty box, making this a power jam, but also a full 2-minute jam. When your lead jammer gets a penalty, you now officially have to play the full 2 minutes of the jam. Rose. Vampires working hard on that offense with this power start. Zombetti delivers a good shoulder to Hitsweet, but Hitsweet is having none of it gets through for lead jammer with Wreck-It Rose out and ready to play. We have a fast pack running through the pack, trying to hold on to Hitsweet, but Hitsweet is driving them forward and takes the inside opening to come through the pack and call it off as Wreck-It Rose comes around to not get those points scored. So we still maintain a tight score as Rosie the Ruiner takes off for the Zombies up against Epic Colin Robinson. Beautiful hot from Colin Robinson. That is high energy for us, folks. Rosie the Ruiner getting a hit delivered by Violent Tendencies, gets called on a track cut for not noticing they stepped out of bounds. Colin Robinson comes around to suck more energy points out of these zombies. Brains working to try to hold Colin, unsuccessful. Colin Robinson taking this opportunity to use the full offensive effort of the Vampires. Scores another 4 points for the board. Another 4. This may be one of our most highest scoring points of the game so far. Pass happens immediately as Rosie the Ruiner comes out of the pack to IE Brains, this jammer of record. And at the start of this jam, we have Scary Sailor jamming for the Vampires up against Lament Configuration for the Zombies. And Lament Configuration broke open that puzzle box with ease as Scary Sailor comes right behind. We'll have to see what kind of fast action happens between 666 and 69 in this jam. Quickly called off with 2 points scored to 0 on that jam. Looks like Hitsweet jamming for the Vampires up against Reckless Rose. Reckless Rose slams into a vampire block. Pushing hard through the pack as his boot takes lead jam. Reckless Rose practicing that balancing footwork she's been working so hard on in practice, battling up against violent tendencies. And as Reckless Rose continues to try to push through that pack with the power that she has, Mitsqueak delivers around the pack with 4 more points. And the pass happens, and now jammer record for the Zombies is Reckless Rose pass to Wreck-It Rose. How about that? Emergency on the jam line for the Zombies. Up against Scary Sailor. Scary Sailor throws her moves around to get through the pack and easily pushes through to take the jammer as Emergency is trying to force her way through the pack at the back. And Scary Sailor runs out at the front of the pack as Emergency is still trying to push through. Scary Sailor getting through for another 4 points as the Zombies go back to full pack status. And they are working hard and pushing, and a pack happen, and now the jammer of record is Darth Skater. And the jam is called. Wreck-It Rose out on the track for the Zombies, and looks like a new jammer for the Zombies. Pushing actively through the back of the pack. Wreck-It Rose gets out ahead of the pack, but not before Crazia can knock her out of bounds and track her back. We have 5:07 jamming for the Vampires. Ada pushing strongly in a side serve through the outside edge to try to get through, but steps out of bounds, gets called on a cut, heading to the penalty box for their first coffin visit. And a forearm being delivered to a vampire blocker. Sends another vampire to the coffin box. And Wreck-It Rose through the pack. Vampires jammer Ada coming back out of the pack, ready for more action. As Wreck-It Rose comes around to score 4 points. Ada is still working hard to get through that pack for the first time. Having to rebattle after being sent to the box just moments after almost getting out of the pack the first time, will still continue to work through this first pass. Violent Tendencies delivers a good hit, knocking Wreck-It Rose out. Wreck-It Rose deciding to call it instead of waste more energy coming back to the pack. Zombie 2 want as much limb as possible. Fairy Fire jamming for the Vampires up against I Eat Brains, taking lead jammer. Fairy Fire trying to use the offensive opportunity to get through the pack, pushing hard, but that wall is demanding Brains right now. Finds a hold on the inside edge, takes off, but Rosie the Ruiner was ready for that action.
Oh, Zombies are going to get caught.
Track cut being delivered to Zombies jammer headed to the box. Along with the Vampire pivots headed to the box as well, 5-0. And Fairy Fire breaks through the pack, getting 4 points. with IE Brains in the box. This will be a full 2-minute jam. Cutthroat Witch delivered a good hit to open up that space there. Reckless Rose pulling that jammer all the way back for the Vampires. And with all that undead action happening on the track, IE Brains coming out through with a jammer switch at the last minute and a cheer for, all right, this jam is ready to start. Again, Zombetti versus Hitsweet. Hitsweet running through that path to take that open lead right away. Zombetti still battling at the back of the pack, but has all the effort to get through just so much as she can get past Crazia in a spin, 180 to 360 out of the pack twice. Will work to catch up, back up to Hitsweet as Hitsweet tries to score a few points before Zombetti comes around. Zombetti working through the pack, pushing up forward as Hitsweet decides to call out the jam. 3 points awarded to Zombetti. The Graven onto the track. Let's make some noise for the zombies. They are banging their way through. Toe stop on the outside edge. Cheer for the Vampires as well. Colin Robinson heading around the track again. Reckless Rose ready there for solid pack holding on as we reform the pack. And Colin Robinson dances around the outside edge. Both skaters trying to come back to the pack and try to score some points before ending this jam. And Colin Robinson jumps through and calls off the jam from the ground. Both jammers begin to start taking off, dancing around this Oh My Gourd and a toe stop. You cannot knock Oh My Gourd out into the edges. They won't let that happen. Except for right there. Quick to get back on the track. There is no tracking back on this one. As Scary Sailor goes through the outside edge to find that hole, gets called the jammer, but Oh My Gourd is close behind. This is going to be a race back to the pack. Who will score points in this one? But Scary Sailor decides to call it off before point battle begins. That's the... As this jam starts, Ada's pushing through up the middle, but Wreck-It Rose stays a jammer, and Ada is not far behind. Has a couple more zombies to battle through. Reforming up at the top, the zombies are creating a solid wall. But a penalty getting called on 252 Zombetti of the zombies headed to the penalty box. This zombie is headed underground for 30 seconds. Ada trying to take that hole up the middle of the zombies. Try to knock a zombie down, they get right back up again. Wreck-It Rose trying to tear through the pack as Ada comes close behind. And the whistle call. Your announcer for this game, Frankenberry. But as we wrap up, we will call off who our MVPs are, such as our lead jammer, Colin Robinson. And then I will head to get dressed and skate for the next game. Ooh, with some fun, fast jumps from Lament configuration around that last blocker for the Vampires. Ready and behind as Colin Robinson bursts through the pack, down on her knees, calling off the jam before Lament could come around.